In this series, I'm starting over as a broke level 1 player with the goal of becoming a GTA Online veteran. But in order to do so, I'll have to complete every objective on this list while having a limit of 2 hours a day to play. So with that being said, welcome back to another episode of Rags to Riches 2-hour edition. Today is a very exciting episode because we're going to be hitting a huge milestone in the series, and that is making $100 million. Now, over the past few days, I've done tons of Cayo Perico heists, a bunch of Acid Lab cell missions, and nightclub cell missions, and I've made a total of 14 million, and now we only have 2 more million to go in order to hit the $100 million mark. So to celebrate, I'm going to do all 3 in today's video. I'm going to do a Cayo Perico heist to start, then do an Acid Lab cell mission, and then a nightclub cell mission. And to end off, I'm going to buy a couple things on the GTA Online checklist to progress further in the series. So we're here in our Kasaka submarine, and we're going to start up a Cayo Perico heist. Now, to be honest, this is probably the thing that has made me the most amount of money in the entire series so far. Just the other day, I actually completed the task in the career section where you have to steal $50 million worth of primary and secondary targets. So I have done a lot of Cayo Perico heist, and it's probably made me well over $60+ million, which is crazy. Now, it feels like forever ago, but I first got the Kasaka submarine, and I think episode 4 or 5 of the series. I made sure it was the first business we got because it is such a good moneymaker. I mean, you're making on average 1 to maybe 1.2 million every single time you do the heist. Now, there is a 2.5 hour cooldown, which is tough, but usually what I've been doing on the off days of the series is I do 1 in the morning, then 1 at night, and in between I go AFK or do stuff with the Acid Lab in the nightclub, which is how we've built up so much money with all 3. And the best part about it is it's one of the easiest heists to do once you get the hang of it. I mean, I haven't changed my entry point, my entry vehicle, anything like that in the past, I don't know, year or so. I've been doing the exact same method every single time, and it's never failed me once. And that's pretty much why I'm going to skip through most of it today. I've already showed it here in the series. The only things I'm going to show is checking out the primary target and then also doing the finale. So with that, I'll see you on Cayo Perico. Okay, so we've hacked the signal box. Here we are at the security cameras, and can we get a pink diamond, please? No way. That is so lucky. We got the pink diamond. The reason why I'm excited is because, as you probably know, as I've said many times already in this video, I've done the Cayo Perico heist so many times over the past couple months, and I've maybe only got the pink diamond 5 times. So getting it now is a huge dub, and we're now going to make roughly 1.5, maybe 1.6 million from the heist as a whole. Okay, so I just wrapped up doing all of these setup missions. I completed them in roughly 35 minutes, as you could see. And if you're curious as to how I've done these setup missions so quick, make sure to watch my Cayo Perico heist video linked in the description down below if you need some help with it. But with that out of the way, let's now get into the setup for the finale. So the approach vehicle is always going to be the long fin. It's just the easiest for my route. The infiltration point is going to be the main dock. We're then going to enter the compound through the drainage tunnel. We are going to escape. It doesn't actually matter, so I just put airstrip. Time of day, so it's easier to see. And then I always put suppressors on my weapons. So this is my setup for the Cayo Perico heist. Let's now get into it, and I'm going to take you through how I complete it really quickly. So I first enter here at the main dock because it is the closest to the airstrip, which I'm going to head for right now. Okay, here we are at the airstrip. I just parked the long fin right here. Make sure you do not park it up onto the beach as it will despawn, so leave it in the water. And now I'm going to head straight for the hangar. Now, I used to check out the loot during the gather intel mission, but I find that that just takes too long. So what I do is I run here, I take out that first guard there, and then I'm going to run over to this loot location here, check it out, and if there's anything good in here, I'll take it, but if not, I'll head over to the hangar. That way I just don't do this process during the setup mission. So take out that guard there. I'm then going to take out the security camera here, and having the suppressors really helps out in this situation. And in this case, we have coke right there. So I'm going to take the coke that's here, and then I'm going to head over to the hangar and see what we have in there. And for those of you who may not be aware, the best secondary loots to get as a solo player is going to be coke. The second best is grass, and the third best is cash. So here we have 2 stacks of cash. Hopefully we have something better up top. So I'm going to use the forklift here. I'm going to pick up this crate here, lift it up, spin around. I'm going to lift the crate all the way up and drive right into the wall. And this is how we get up to the second level. I'm going to climb up here onto the forklift, climb up onto the box. Okay, well, we're going to try that again. Climb up here, climb up onto the box, climb over. And here we are at the other loot location up top. And this time we have coke again. So we actually have the best Cayo Perico heist setup you can possibly get. 2 coke stashes and the pink diamond, which is crazy. The only thing that would make it better is doing it on hard mode, but I'm not complaining. We're likely going to make 1.6 million. So there's our loot bag full. Let's now head over to the main compound. I'm back in the long fin. Now I'm going to take off for the drainage tunnel. Okay, so we're here at the drainage tunnel. I'm going to swim below now, put on my rebreathers, and some people have asked me about how this works. So if you are doing this method, you've unlocked or you got the cutting torch during the setups, and then also you scouted out the drainage tunnel as a compound entry point during the gather intel mission, your very first time through. You don't have to do that every single time, just the first time. You'll then be able to come down here and cut through the grates to get into the main compound. So it's really easy. Go over the green parts 3 times. There you go. And we have to do it for all the bars, and now we could get into the main compound. So we are now here in the compound, and we're going to have to take a very specific route. I'm going to run up this way here. I'm going to make a left. I'm going to try to go as fast as I possibly can, run through this corridor here. Then I'm going to make a left. We're going to run up a little bit further, and then another right here. I'm going to hop over this railing, and I'm going to wait now for the guard outside of El Rubio's office to look to the left. Okay, so now that the guard has looked to the left, we are going to run up here, and we're going to run around the building all the way up to one of the higher flights of stairs. Okay, now that we're here at the right level, we're going to wait for this guard to walk right past us there. Perfect. Now we could run past him and up into El Rubio's office. We're going to take the cash from there and then do the fingerprint hack to get to the basement. Now we could get, I believe, between $20,000 and $100,000, and we've got a decent amount, not too bad. Okay, so we now have to do this fingerprint hack, and we're gonna have to line up the panels to match what is on the right of our screen. And that is the final one. We could now get into the basement. All right, now we have to use a plasma cutter. All I do is go until it's just about to overheat, let it cool off, do that 4 times, and that should be good. So that was our second. That's enough. Now we have the pink diamond. Our total loot bag is 1.75 million. So yeah, I believe with the elite challenge, we're going to get roughly 1.6. Okay, so now when we exit the office, we're going to run down here. And this is a very important part. So all we have to do is watch the mini map. And what we are waiting for is there's going to be a guard that will come right below us here and look that way. So this guy that's looking right ahead, you can see the arrow pointing at him. We're going to wait for that guard to turn left, and then we're going to jump off the balcony here and get away to the gates of the compound. So as soon as he turns left right there, we're going to jump down here. There's going to be no guards, nobody's walking our way. We got plenty of time. And now we're going to run straight for the compound doors. We just got to wait a second here. There you go. He's looked away. And now we are home, well, almost home free. Okay, so now that we are out, I'm going to run straight forward. I'm going to whip out my shotgun, take out this guard here. Good, I thought I missed for a second. We're going to steal this motorbike, and we're not going to go to the airstrip. We're going to turn around here, and we're going to jump off the edge of the island, going off this ramp, or not ramp, but part of the edge. So if we follow this exact route, we go all the way down. We're going to go right past the left side of that tree, and then we're going to jump off, try to hold the jump as long as possible. We actually got pretty good airtime on that one. Okay, we're swimming in the wrong direction, but now from here, I'm going to put on my rebreathers so that I do not drown. And I'm going to swim out to the 3rd mine here in the water. There's 1, 2 that we just passed. The 3rd one is right ahead of us. And just to the right of it, there's going to be some whale bones. Once we get to the whale bones, that is the end of the mission. So we're here in 2 seconds. There you go. We have just completed the Cayo Perico heist. Okay, so our take without the elite challenge was 1.54, and with it, we have in total made 1.6 million in just under an hour, which is why the Cayo Perico heist is by far the best money method in the entire game, whether you're doing it solo or with other people. And now we are only $410,000 away from hitting 100 million made so far. And to make that 400,000, we're here at the Acid Lab, and we're going to sell off all of our Acid Lab stock, which should be at 100%. Now for the Acid Lab, we unlocked it early in the series, I think in episode 3. We might have bought it in episode 5 or 6 or something like that. And it's really the easiest business to run. All you have to do is purchase supplies from Mutt for $60,000. And every 2.5 hours resupply until you get a full Acid Lab, and then you could sell it in a public lobby. If you do it with 20 or more people, you can make up to $500,000. But today, I'm going to sell it in a public lobby with only 13 people, although we should be able to make 400K. Now, if you want to make an extra 5% on every sale, make sure to go down to Service Vehicles, go over to Acid Lab, down to Acid or product name rather, and then choose a random product name. I usually do After Sleep. There you go. And now because of that, we're going to get an extra 5% on every single sale. Now, selling in a public lobby can seem a bit daunting, but what I personally do is I make sure to use CEO abilities over here and go down to Ghost Organization. And I use Ghost Organization whenever I feel like I'm being threatened or I'm in a compromised position. I have people following me, or there's tons of people in a certain area that I'm heading to, all you have to do is use Ghost Organization. It will take you and the product off the radar for up to 3 minutes, and it just gives you some peace of mind. Now, of course, you can still be griefed that way, but it is a lot harder, and usually if you do it at the beginning of the mission, most people forget that you're even doing the mission and don't bother bothering you. But because in this case, we actually have our drop-offs all the way up at the north of the map, I don't think there's many people up there. I'll double check really quickly, but yeah, there's nobody around. I don't have to worry about getting griefed unless people start heading towards me. Okay, so unfortunately for this mission, I did get the worst one where you have 10 deliveries, but all you have to do is go and toss newspapers into these buckets. It's very straightforward and easy to do, but it does take some time. From downtown. Okay. From downtown. From downtown. From downtown. From downtown. Yes. First try. All right, we should get the notification any moment now. Yes. 527,000. So we had a lobby in that time. We had a lobby grow to 30 people. So there you go. Max lobby, and we made 530K. Well, okay. Shit. But that means that we have finally hit $100 million made so far in the series, which is another thing checked off the GTA Online checklist, and that is a crazy milestone. We've done that in about 105 hours time, although keep in mind probably 30 to 40 hours of that is AFK time, so it's not active grinding. We would have a lot more if that was all active grinding, but I gotta say, $100 million on, I think this is episode 25 or 26, is pretty crazy. And now that we have $15.5 million, which is crazy, let's spend some of it today. I'm not going to spend the whole 2 hours on today's episode, but let's go in and we're going to buy something that's currently on discount, which is crazy, and that is the super yachts. This is another thing on the GTA Online checklist that we have to buy. As you can see, it is on a crazy sale. If my maths are mathing, that is 35% off roughly. I just did the math on the calculator. It's actually 30%, my bad. But we're going to go with the Big Daddy. We're going to go with the Aquarius, which is 5.6 this week, usually 8 million. We're going to go all out on this one. We're going to go with the gold fittings there. We're going to do the yellow as well. Look at that. That is presidential right there. We might as well go with the channel colors, white and red. And I believe that's it. If you guys don't know, I am from Canada. There you go. And for the name, we're doing LKG Inc. And that's going to be it. Buy it for 6.7 million, which is actually a huge discount considering how much it usually is. We'll check out the yachts in a minute, but we have a few other things we need to buy. Another thing on the GTA Online checklist is buying a low, medium, and high-end property. We already have a low end. The medium end, we will buy the Eclipse Garage, which might be another thing on the checklist. I don't actually remember. There you go, 2.7, almost 2.8 million. And then we already have a high-end apartment, but we're going to buy one more at the Eclipse Towers here, as I do prefer it as a building. So there you go. And now we have 5.7 million left. So the next thing we're going to buy is a penthouse at the casino, which is another thing on the GTA Online checklist. Now we could go with the highest and most expensive, but obviously, we're now a brokey, so we can't do that. So instead, I'm going to build my own. So first, I'm going to get the lounge. We might as well get the movie theater. It's sort of ballin'. We do not need the spa. We will get the bar and party hub. I'll for sure get the private dealer because then we could do some blackjack and stuff there. I'll get the office because we are a CEO. And I'm also going to get the bedroom as well as the garage simply because we can. I'm going to go with this darker theme as our colors and then patterns. I'm just going to leave it because I don't think we have enough money. Can we buy it? Yes, we can. So all we have now left is 80 grand, which is crazy, but we did check some huge things off the GTA Online checklist. We got a mega yacht, a penthouse at the casino, and a couple more properties. So let's now go check them all out. So here we are at our private yacht, and you gotta say it is pretty cool. It is a major flexing game. Of course, it's not the best purchase money-wise because you're not gonna make much money from it, but I mean, overall, pretty cool. The helicopter I'm flying in right now actually does come with the yacht. The full bottom floor is a bunch of rooms. The second floor has the bar and everything. And then the top floor here is where the captain's cabin is. Now in here, we could do two things. We could actually technically fast travel with the yacht if we wanted to go to different locations, similar to the Kasaka submarine. And the other thing is we could start up the super yacht life missions. Now they're currently actually on double money, but the money, or maybe triple money, I can't remember. But I've seen a video of Lankman Dan doing all the missions and they didn't look too interesting. If you want to see me do it at some point in the series, let me know in the comment section down below. But for today, we're just gonna skip it. Aside from that, there's really not much else to say about it, but it is a pretty cool purchase to have in game. Anyways, let's now head over to the casino penthouse. Okay, here we are in the casino penthouse, and similar to the super yacht, there are missions you could do with it, but I'm not gonna do them unless you guys want to see me do them. Just let me know in the comment section down below. Here is our personal quarters, beautiful bathroom and everything. Of course, it doesn't mean much though. Over here is where the office is, right there. We have, of course, the movie theater over here. And if you guys have done the Dre Contract or even the Cayo Perico heist, you should know the casino penthouse fairly well. But the main or the cool part about it is that we do have our own personal blackjack table here. So that is pretty much it for today's video. I know it is a short one, but today is going to be added onto a large video that I'm going to drop tomorrow. And that is a accumulation of all the episodes up until now, from episode 1 all the way up to today. And it's going to show the entire journey of how we've gone from a broke level 1 player, starting out new on a brand new account, and how we've hit $100 million and have all the things that we have already. We already have the Kasaka submarine, we got the agency, we have, of course, the acid lab, the nightclub, the Oppressor MK II, we have some cars, we have so many things already in the game. And I gotta say, it's been an incredible journey, and I really do appreciate all of you supporting the channel and supporting this series so far. I've had a ton of fun making it, and I hope you guys have really enjoyed watching it. Today we made a ton of progress. We just knocked off, I think, 4 or 5 things off the GTA Online checklist. We are getting close to finishing off the series, but we still have a ways to go because we do have to do a ton of different heists, as well as buy a couple more things and make money with all of the different businesses we already have and the businesses that we still need to buy. But with that, that is all for today. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, push up a like. If you're new, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace.